going to show you how like a couple of days ago, before September 3rd and September 4th came up, I told you guys that there would be predictive programming on September 3rd and September 4th. Okay? And if you've been watching my 2 backup channels, because this is one of them that you're on right now, and then I have another one, you know, I explained all of it, because you know I'm suspended from my main channel, and that's why I'm doing videos on my backup channel. Anyway, so I told you there would be predictive programming outside of America, some big events, and within America there would be just, you know, small, you know, predictive programming connected to Elvis and Seattle. Okay? Now, wait till you see the ridiculous predictive programming. Okay? So what's going to happen is, because I'm doing it live, it's going to be mixed up, all the videos. Okay? Because I'm going to show you video after video, but it's going to be, you know, I'm going to be going back and forth sometimes. So just put your thinking caps on. All right? And to the people who are watching this on a replay, remember, there's a live stream, and the live stream chat doesn't show up for 12 hours after I've already finished the live stream. Okay? And this is the best I could do to make the screen good. Sorry if it's crooked. Anyway, so let's listen to stuff. You're going to see all the things that I'm talking about, the predictive programming, but I'm going to show you other stuff too. So let's get started here.
MAGA Republicans have made their choice. They embrace anger. They thrive on chaos. They live not in the light of truth, but in the shadow of lies. Here, in my view, is what is true. MAGA Republicans do not respect the Constitution.
This message, coming 9 weeks before the midterm election season, underscores how the president and the White House is trying to reframe the conversation, trying to make this a choice between Republicans and Democrats in the fall campaign. Now, giving the speech in Pennsylvania clearly makes the case that this state...
I'm trying to see if you...
Unite behind the single purpose of defending our democracy regardless of your ideology.
The White House...
Anyway, so he was talking a bunch of nonsense against MAGA stuff. Like I said, I'm going to have mixed up videos, so it's nothing to do with that video. I don't care about this MAGA stuff. So look at this. They said 33 boxes were taken from Trump's estate. Look at that. You got the 33. And by the way, I told you guys before that DOJ, it stands for Donald John, and then you have the crown. Donald John with a crown. That's Trump's middle name. The DOJ, the Department of Justice. And remember that commercial that I said? They're trolling me. Look at this. I'm not going to play the whole thing. Look at that. The clues are all around us. And the video has to do with Phoenix University. It's the Phoenix and the guy with a beard telling you the clues are all around us. I played that video already. That's why I'm not going to play it again.
Lies toll for profit and power.
Wow, wow. Are you feeling the unity yet? Last night's diatribe was dark and depressing, and most of all delusional, all coming from the man who campaigned on just wanting everyone to get along, in what is now being exposed as one giant political lie. And worst of all, Biden delivered his bizarre address in front of a blood-red background, flanked by U.S. Marines who were used as political props to attack millions of hardworking Americans. But of course, to Biden's allies in the media, the speech was exactly what the country needed to hear. Take a look.
This is like 1860. This is like 1940. You know, you have to talk about the large issue in the room. And just as Lincoln gave the House divided speech, just as Roosevelt gave a speech on the State of the Union about the four freedoms, as you well know, 1941. You know, here is a time when President Biden is chosen.
You almost seem to sort of be reclaiming patriotism. Often you hear Republicans argue that they are the pro-America party, right? The Democrats are not patriotic enough. But what was more pro-USA than this speech?
Some of the people that said this was his best speech ever, and he needed to tell the truth.
Biden laid out the Democratic platform into the midterms and into 2024. It's there.
Well, they do seem to be trying awfully hard now, don't they?
And even anticipated questions.
Look at this headline. This one says 48 empty folders. So the other one had 33. This one had 48. Do you know what Mar-a-Lago's address is? Is 33480. 33480. You see that? It's the 84 backwards with the 33. And then, and look, the person's name is London. And look at this. This one says 42 empty folders. So you have the 42 code. Because Elvis died at the age of 42. Washington State's the 42nd state. Because I told you Seattle's going to get struck. Seattle, Washington. Folks, the stuff that I'm talking about, the predictive programming stuff, it's coming. I was just showing you what I had recorded. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to show you that one yet. It's ridiculous, man. And remember, I talked about this already.
Like new details about the suspect. Here's Kerry Sanders. Argentina's Vice President Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner arriving home in Buenos Aires, supporters cheering when a hand holding a gun extends from the crowd. Another angle shows seemingly the first to spot the gun, Kirchner herself. You can even hear the trigger click. But incredibly, police say the gun, loaded with 5 .38 caliber rounds, jammed. The nearby crowd, along with Kirchner's security detail, then turns, chasing the gunman, who is in custody tonight. Police say Fernando Andres Sabag Montiel is Brazilian, but has been living in Argentina at least 10 years. No motive has been revealed.
Anyway, if you saw my video the other day about, I showed the reason why they did this. I'm not going to show it again. I mean, I'm not going to get into the details. But it was an attempted assassination of the Argentinian vice president.
It's insane.
The White House responded today.
The presence of the Marines at the speech was intended to demonstrate the deep and abiding respect the president has for these service members.
Trump himself mocked Biden as awkward and angry. He must be insane or suffering from late-state dementia. The primetime speech was carried live by just 2 cable news channels, CNN and MSNBC. Fox News viewers saw the president but did not hear the speech. As Biden spoke, a heckler repeatedly chanted, "Blank Joe Biden." The president brushed him off.
They're entitled to be outrageous. This is a democracy.
The speech is being seen by many as a declaration of war, with the president taking a hard line against the January 6th rioters.
There's no place for political violence in America, period. None, ever.
Contrast that with Trump, who said in a radio interview he might pardon them if he gets back in office.
I will look very, very favorably about full pardons. If I decide to run and if I win, I will be looking very, very strongly about pardons.
Today, a federal judge released the full inventory of what was seized in the Mar-a-Lago raid, showing the top-secret documents were found in boxes mixed with newspaper clippings, photographs, clothing, and gifts. Now, even Trump's Attorney General Bill Barr says the raid was justified.
People say this was unprecedented. Well, it's also unprecedented for a president to take all this classified information and put him in a country club. Okay, and how long is the government going to try to get that back? The facts are starting to show that they were being jerked around, and so how long do they wait?
You can expect the war of words.
What a pigeon pecker that dude is.
Governor Abbott's
Oh,
racist
look at this
and xenophobic
creature.
practices of expulsion.
You know, and you know she rides a lawnmower, right? Lori Lightfoot. Same initials. Look at that.
Have only amplified the challenges many of these migrants have experienced on their journey to find a safe place. Governor Abbott has confirmed what unfortunately many of us had already known, that he is a man without any morals, humanity, or shame.
What? Man, I tell you, these people, man. What a bunch of hypocrites, man. Oh, and by the way, do you know when this creature is the mayor of Chicago, this Lori Lightfoot? And you know that this creature is born on August 4th, Obama's birthday. And Obama used to be the, politician in Chicago. The creature has the same birthday as Obama. And look, I told you the other day, Elvis Costello was on, it was a replay, but they played it on the night that the two predictions, I was telling you about all the predictive programming that would happen on September 3rd and 4th. This showed up at after midnight. Elvis Costello and Madonna was on there. And I told you Madonna was born on August 16th. And she said that Elvis entered her body the day he died. So she died, he died on her birthday, Elvis. And then they had Elvis Costello on. You get what I'm saying? And then look what his album cover is called. The Resurrection of Rust. Isn't that unbelievable? And you know that Alec Baldwin, he shot that two people on the set of Rust, the movie Rust. You see what's going on here? That's the Elvis Costello. And they're talking about resurrection. Okay, so now you're going to start seeing all the predictive programming, because I just showed you the Elvis one. Okay, then on the other day, on the 2 days, I told you September 3rd or September 4th, there would be predictive programming because it connected somehow to the June 11th. I explained it. I'm not going to get into it right now. But this story happened where the guy took a plane.
With a threat to crash into a local Walmart and 60 miles north.
I'll show you a different video. But so this dude, he stole a plane out of Mississippi, and Elvis was born in Mississippi, and he said he was going to crash it into a Walmart.
Motives were, and whether or not they had any previous.
That was the exact plane, actually, too. And it's Tupelo, Mississippi. That's where he got the plane from. Tupelo. And that's where Elvis was born. Him and his identical twin. And I told you that the reason they use the airplanes is because FAA is the number 611. F is the sixth letter, A is the first letter, A is the first letter. 611. 611 is the date Seattle gets struck. And that's why it's out of Tupelo, Mississippi, where Elvis was born. And there, the FAA is who controls it, the Federal Aviation Administration. And look at this dude's name. Look at this. The pilot's name was Corey Patterson. It's got the sun in the name, man. Okay? And it's got the ATT for Seattle and for Manhattan. And look at the name, will you? Chief John Quaker, like earthquake. Chief John Quaker. He's the Tupelo Police Department. Look at this. TP behind him. T is the 20th letter. P is the 16th letter. 216, which is August 4th. My other prediction for Trump's head wound in Ohio. And Tupelo, Mississippi is the TM for the 33. TM is where Elvis was born, Tupelo, Mississippi. TM equals 33. T is the 20th letter, M is the 13th letter. And then on the same day, you had the second scrub of the NASA launch. I forgot the stupid name of this launch thing. Oh, Artemis. And Artemis has a twin sister. I mean, Apollo's twin sister is Artemis. And that was the Artemis launch that didn't go. See, it's about twins. And two of them, they both scrubbed it both times. And it happened on the days that I told you, September 3rd and 4th. All this stuff. Okay? And look, they scrubbed it at this exact time. They scrubbed it. 2 hours left, 28 minutes, 53 seconds. The 228th day of the year is the day Elvis died, August 16th. 228th day of the year, and 53 is the year 22. And that's the year Elvis, because the 53rd day of the year is Washington's birthday of 222 that's celebrated. Because actually Washington's original birthday is February 11th, which is the 42nd day of the year, which connects to Washington State being the 42nd state and Elvis dying at the age of 42. But February 22nd, the day that we celebrate Washington's birthday, is the 53rd day of the year. So that's the year, basically this is August 16th, year 22. 228th day of the year is August 16th, 22, 53rd day of the year, February 22nd. So what I'm trying to say is that on August 16th this year, Elvis turned 45 years from his death. So I told you, because next year is the year that all of this happens, within the year of Elvis's 45th anniversary of his death. It's all going to happen, folks. Because Trump is the 45th president. And look what, and I showed you this where they're talking about water. And I told you Elvis equals water in gematria, exact same numbers, every single number is the same. The forward number, the backward number, the reduced numbers, everything. So water equals Elvis. And where is this water problem? Man, I can't, I'm talking too much. This water problem is in Jackson. I mean, it's in Mississippi. It's all over Mississippi. But water equals Elvis, and it's in Mississippi. Think about that, okay? And I told you that Seattle, Elvis is the beast out of the sea in Seattle, okay? If you think these are coincidences, you're nuts, man. All of this stuff happening. And on the same day, Trump had a rally in Pennsylvania, okay? And he was rallying for Dr. Oz, okay? And Dr. Oz is born in Ohio, where Trump's going to get his head wound on August 4th. And Dr. Oz, which connects to the Wizard of Oz, which is the Emerald City, which is in Seattle, Dr. Oz is born on June 11th. So you have the connection of June 11th for the Seattle event, and you have the Ohio connection to Trump getting his head wound because he was born in Ohio. All right? This happened on September 3rd. Because I told you, September 3rd and September 4th, there's going to be some predictive programming. And I explained why in the other video. Okay? These are impossible coincidences, man. And you know the pilot who took that plane around, the guy's name was Corey Patterson. It looks funny here. This reminds me of like a Jetsons You know that cartoon Jetsons, if it was an Elvis, that's his hair, that looks like his eye. I don't know, it looks like he's singing into a microphone. Like maybe it might be like an Elvis caricature. I'm just throwing stuff out there. Of course, it doesn't look like it. Anyway, so that happened in Tupelo, Mississippi, like I said. There's the plane guy, the one, the Tupelo, Mississippi. His name is Corey Patterson. And you know who they brought out to talk about that story? Look, it's the Tupelo, Mississippi story. I don't know if you can see it up there. Hold on. Look who they had brought out. Elvis Presley they brought out to talk. the person's name is Elise Preston. Look at that. And I told you how it connected to Preston, because it's part Presley, part Washington. Preston. That's why Kelly Preston had to die. And she died on the same day as Elvis's grandson, who supposedly committed suicide.
These failed policies. Listen.
This election is a referendum on the corruption and extremism of Joe Biden and the radical Democratic Party. Joe Biden came to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania to give the most vicious, hateful, and divisive speech ever delivered by an American president, vilifying 75 million citizens as threats to democracy and as enemies of the state. You're all enemies of the state. He's an enemy of the state. How'd you like the red lighting behind him like the devil?
So I may just have to do it again.
May just have to do it again. But first we have to win a historic victory for the Republican Party this November.
Oh boy, but today the White House is still defending Biden's divisive rhetoric, actually calling it unifying.
He is calling on Democrats, independents, mainstream Republicans to really come together and make that decision and stand together to make their voices heard so that we can protect what is the most important to our value as a country.
Meanwhile,
boy, that creature's beautiful, isn't she? So there's the plane that landed. It landed in a Mississippi soybean field. Yeah, okay, we believe it. We're sure, you know, I'm sure that it wasn't there. What the heck? I don't even know what the heck this is, like where he came from. Hold on. Check this out. Look at this story. Look at this.
With that for us, we appreciate it. In Wyoming, efforts continue to find a woman who has been missing for months. 33-year-old Irene Gakwa hasn't been seen since February 24th, when she last video chatted with her family in Nairobi, Kenya. At the time,
look at the letters right here. What N-E-G-A. I wonder if you said that, what would that be, that word? N-E-G-A. Anyway, this person is 33 years old. There's your 33 code again. And look when it went missing, February 24th. February 24th is the day that the reason I predicted something would happen on September 3rd and 4th, because from February 24th to September 3rd and September 4th is 6 months, 11 days, 6 months and 12 days. 6/11 is the day Seattle's going to get struck. I told you that. And you see how it's from February 24th, they put this story out for the first time. This is the first time we're hearing about it. And when was the date? Look, 9/4.
Living
years
in
old.
Wyoming, with a man she had met on Craigslist. After that day, she no longer responded to video calls. CNN's Faith Karimi joins.
I don't know if I said that right. That's the day the Ukraine war started on February 24th. Okay? And that's why it was been 6 months, 11 days from there on September 3rd or September 4th. Because on the calculator, if you don't, when you put September 4th and you don't add the day, it's still 6 months, 11 days. But if you add the day, it becomes 6 months, 12 days. And on September 3rd, you have to add the day to get 6 months, 11 days. Yeah, I know it's confusing, but I'm just letting you know. I know what I'm talking about. So it's 33 years old. The person is missing. Wait till you see the guy.
They claim they received messages.
This is his girlfriend.
Making excuses for why she couldn't talk to them.
Wait till you see it.
This does sound like a very worrisome situation. What can you tell us?
Jim.
Forget, I don't even want to look. I just want to look at the guy's face. So that's her. Let's see him now. Yeah, I'm sure this is a beautiful couple right here. Look at this. This is the guy. Can we guess what his name is going to be? Let's look at his name.
Her boyfriend.
Hold on. Let me see if I can get his name up there. Where's his stupid name? I must have passed it. I have to go back. What in the heck was that?
At a major Republican campaign rally in Pennsylvania.
Who the heck is that creature? Let me go back and see the guy's name.
From your experience, I mean, what?
Irene was very close to her family, and she talked to her parents in Kenya every other day. And her boyfriend said that she packed her stuff and
where is his name?
Late February. He never reported her missing. He never reached her.
There it is. Look at his name. Nathan Hype Man. Again with the man. Earlier I showed you the Corey Patterson in that other story. And now you have the Hype Man. And the boy, she's beautiful. Wow. I wonder who her lucky husband is. So look, here's another story. This time it's out of Memphis, Tennessee. Okay? And why is this important? Because Elvis died in Memphis, Tennessee. And now they have a missing woman. Big story they're doing every minute on this. Okay? Again. This is just unbelievable, man. Let's listen to the story.
When surveillance cameras caught someone forcing her into a dark-colored SUV. She is still missing, and her family is pleading for her safe return.
Liza has touched the hearts of many people, and it shows. We want to thank the Memphis Police Department, Shelby County Sheriff Department, TBI, FBI, and all of the other law enforcement agencies who are working tirelessly to find Liza. The family has met with police.
And did you hear the name? Hold on.
All the information we know. More than anything, we want to see Liza returned home safely.
And an update now, police have a man in custody. He is 38.
By the way, man, I'll show the name later. This is the suspect. And let me tell you guys something. Not one time did they mention the race of either one. They never not mentioned it one time in their newscasts on any of the shows. No matter where you saw it, on any news station, they didn't mention the race thing one time. And I'm going to tell you something. On none of the news segments on any channel did they name his real name. They only mentioned the name that they're giving on every channel. And I'm going to show it to you. On every single newscast, it was the same name. Okay? Listen to the name and I'm going to tell you.
Right now, police have a man in custody. He is 38-year-old Cleotha Abston.
Cleotha Abston. Okay? And if you... I'm gonna tell you the real name later. But if you mix the word Abston around, it's Batson. B-A-T-S-O-N. But it's got the E-L-O in there. Cleotha. I've never heard of a dude named Cleotha. I've heard of a girl named Cleo. Anyway, I'm going to show you the real name later. When we get to the story again.
Trump said this.
The FBI and the Justice Department have become vicious monsters, controlled by radical left scoundrels, lawyers, and the media who tell them what to do, you people right there, and when to do it. They're trying to silence me, and more importantly, they are trying to silence you, but we will not be silenced, right?
And here to discuss that is former FBI senior intelligence advisor and CNN counterterrorism.
Look, here's the image. Look at what it starts with. Look at that. 33. This is the Memphis, Tennessee one. The kidnapper. And like I said, not once do they name his... I mean, you know, they never said the race, not one time. And again, they say his name is Cleotha Abston. Not one time do they mention his real name, which I'm going to show you. Oh, wait a minute.
Our country's going to hell.
So he said the devil word earlier, and now he's saying hell.
Name of the former president's...
With help. And look at this story. There's a story that came out again yesterday. This is the Washington Commanders. Okay? They don't play in Washington State.
Why not?
But since it has the name Washington, it has meaning, right? Because I told you Seattle's in Washington. This is a story about helmets and the safety of helmets to protect the Washington, you know, to protect players.
This will prove that wearing the Guardian cap really...
Did you hear what the name is? Guardian cap.
Will prove that wearing the Guardian cap really prevents some of the head injuries that are occurring.
Now more than...
And I told you that Guardian is the Cleveland Guardians now. The Cleveland team went from Cleveland Indians to the Cleveland Guardians. And Cleveland is the 216 area code, and they're talking about helmets, which is the head. The head. The helmet. Do you get it? Trump's head wound.
Or their head. I really want to make sure that I do all I can to have them have that brain fully intact.
Back at the Commanders practice, the NFL
Commanders.
And players now have to decide if they want to continue wearing them.
That's pretty heavy, right? Yeah. You gotta wear it every day.
Despite the weight, front guard Wes Schweitzer says he'll keep wearing it during practice throughout the season.
I've had concussions in my career, and I felt like it reduced the head impact.
Look at his name. Look at the name. Where is it, man?
I've had concussions in my career, and I felt...
WS. Seattle, Washington's initials. You see? SWWS.
The head impacts for
like
me.
Will Smith and Serena Williams.
Just go until the second preseason game. Why not continue?
Well, I think we had to see exactly what the success is, and from that point, you know, we'll probably take a good long look at it.
Changing the sights and...
And that dude's name, hold on, folks. I got to make sure hold on, I got to put that back.
They just got.
I want to put back where that Trump. Oh, I skipped this one. Sorry. Here's the helmet thing again, where they were testing the helmet. It was stupid. Anyway, hold on. Where's the Trump one? Oh, okay. I just want to see that part where he says they're going to go to hell.
Our country's going to hell.
Okay, anyway. So again, like I said, it's the helmet. It's called the Guardian, Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland is the 216 area code. Trump gets his head wound on the 216th day of the year, which is August 4th in Ohio. Cleveland is in Ohio. Okay, where was I? By the way, that dude's name is Ron Rivera. Same initials, RR, 1818. It's Elvis is born on 18, is twin in him. R is the 18th letter, RR, Ron Rivera. And it's got a river reference, like Joan Rivers. Anything to do with water. Elvis is water.
We have to defend it, protect it, stand up for it. Each and every one of us.
And the president's ramped-up rhetoric comes as his approval rating is on the rise. A new Quinnipiac poll shows that 40%.
Yeah, in that video, they mentioned beehives. Yeah. I don't know if I played it, but yeah, they did mention that the helmets look like beehives, I think. So there's that Corey Patterson again. They're putting him in
with grand larceny and terroristic threats. Police say 29-year-old Corey Wayne Patterson.
Oh, there it is. I forgot to mention his initials, Corey Wayne Patterson, CWP equals 42. C is the third letter, W is the 23rd letter, makes 26, and the P is the 16th letter, makes 42. So you see, that's even connected. And here we go. So in Canada, there was a mass killing in Canada.
That might be helpful to police. And so this is a time where...
Hold on. Did they show the girl?
Source.
Whoa. Beautiful. My goodness.
Public.
Whoa, those Canadian women are hot, man. Whoa.
Sources that...
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau called the attacks horrific and heartbreaking. Authorities are urging residents to shelter in place. Well, joining me now by phone is Lisa Joy. She is a crime reporter with sastoday.ca. And Lisa, I do want to ask you what more you're learning about what happened here and the latest on this manhunt that's underway.
Well, the community is in absolute shock and they're traumatized. They're also living in fear as they shelter in place while the RCMP search for the two suspects. And Jane Smith, they declared a state of emergency and they're bringing in trauma counselors. The RCMP has been going door to door doing searches, and the nearby First Nation communities have increased their security at their reserves. One young woman, she said that the two suspects...
And by the way, here's the two suspects. They supposedly stabbed 10, they killed 10 people and hurt 18 others, okay? Now pay attention good, okay? It has to do with Indians. You know, like Native Indians, okay? Some of the people that were stabbed were Native Indians. And I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, because Seattle has to do with Native Indians. Chief Seattle, it's named after Seattle. And, but that's not his exact name, but they named it after that chief that has kind of the same name. Anyway, and even one of the chiefs, he has the exact same name as these two guys. Okay? They don't even know if these two are brothers. They said that they have the same last name, but they don't even know if that they're brothers or not. Let's look at their names. Remember, this happened again on 9/4, 9/3 and 9/4. You understand? Let's look at the names of these two.
Police in Saskatchewan say the attacks killed at least 10 people in more than a dozen crime scenes in the province. At least 15 people were taken to hospitals for injuries.
Actually, it's 18
and leaders
now.
of the James Smith Cree Nation have declared a state of emergency. Police have identified...
Look at this. Look at this. Look at the two names. Damian Sanderson. Can you believe this, man? And Miles Sanderson. So you got it's like a twin again. Twin shooters. I mean, twin stabbers. And I told you stab, the word stab is bats. B-A-T-S. Like that Abston guy in the missing Memphis teacher story. Abston is B-A-T, bat son, B-A-T-S-O-N. Abston is A-B-S-T-O-N. Anyway, so look, you have the sun again. So look at the stories they're highlighting, folks. Is there anybody? I mean, I just can't understand this, man. How is it that, you know, that the truth community doesn't use the codes that I discovered, you know, 30, I think almost 30 years ago. Yeah, it was in 1993 during the O.J. Simpson trial. I don't remember what year. But it was in the 90s that I discovered these codes. Anyway, so do you see what I'm saying? So, and one of the Indian chiefs...
Two suspects as...
Let me tell you two of them. Where is it? One of the Indian chief, his name is Sanderson also, okay? And also there's another person named Lana Head. And Lana backwards is A-N-A-L, if you know what that spells. I don't want to say it. But it's got the word head in it. Lana Head. H-E-A-D. Can you believe this? I mean, out of all the people. And then there's another one that's a 77-year-old. And Elvis died in 77, 45 years ago, I told you. 45 is Trump. Trump, 45th president. And the person who died was Wes Patterson. Another son. And that's just the only two that I know. I don't know the other names of the people who died. I'm just getting, you know, fresh story. I don't know who's the victims other than those two. Wait, we gotta see those. We gotta see that tongue again. Man, it's like, I think this creature, I think it's Inspector Clouseau. Peter Sellers is back from the dead. Look at the initials. It's Richie Blackmore, that the guitarist for Rainbow and Deep Purple. That's Richie Blackmore. But look at the initials, RMB. The capitalized letters, the three big letters, they're all capitalized, but look at the first three letters, RMB. That equals 33. RMB. R is the 18th letter, M is the 13th letter, makes 31, B is the second letter, makes 33. You see? You see? I don't know why they're talking about sandals with this dude. Remember, I told you not one time did they say his real name. I'm going to show you his real name right now. And look, they were showing this, and this guy was throwing up the devil's horns as Trump was coming out. And somehow somebody was videotaping this, and they kept on using it. I don't know if you can see that. He's giving the devil's horns, the guy.
Crisscross battlegrounds.
Crisscross? Look at that, right across his chest, the devil horns. You see that? Here's a story of that Memphis teacher again, where and you know this person's name, the teacher? Eliza. Again, like almost like Elvis. E-L-I. It just needs the V and the S. But again, and this is out of Memphis, Tennessee, where Elvis died. And Memphis, Tennessee is the MT, which equals 33. Just like he left Tupelo, Mississippi, where he was born, which is TM, which is 33. So he went from the TM to the MT, because his tomb is MT, get it? And 33 plus 33 equals 66, which equals the word twin. Twin equals 66. Okay? Now this is supposedly the husband of the missing teacher. Watch what they say about him.
This man who founded a $3.2 billion private hardware company. Fletcher's husband was seen wiping away tears as a family spokesperson pleaded for her safe return.
More than anything, we want to see.
And he keeps wiping away his tears, you see.
Police say a witness.
Anyway, so she comes from a billionaire family, you know. And you're not going to believe this, folks. This happened yesterday on September 4th, because I told you September 3rd and September 4th it's connected, which I talked about already. I'm not going to get into it. And so there was a plane crash yesterday, folks. A plane crash, and I told you the plane, who runs the plane, you know, the FAA, right? They control the plane things. FAA is 611, 611. And again, you had a plane incident. I told that, and I was telling you guys the other day. And then what happened on September 4th, yesterday? Wait, what day is today? Yeah, what happened yesterday, September 4th? You had a plane crash. And they're not even talking about the story. It's like 1 second they talk about it.
As the crash happened.
It's not, they don't even tell you any details or nothing. I'm going to get back to that in a moment, because it's very important. And then they bring out these guys to talk. These, you know, you remember when they were talking in front of Congress, one of these dudes, I think it was this one, was talking in front of Congress. They're both lieutenant colonels or something in the army, or was. And they were talking a while, you know, a couple months back or a year back. I don't remember when it was. But they were on the news every day. One of them. His name was Vin Man. He had the man in his name, right? And they're twins, identical twins. And guess when they're born? 6'6". And I told you twin equals 66. And they're born in 6'6", these identical twins. And they're bringing them out today, you see? Well, I mean, it's not today. Today is 9/5. But what I'm saying is that they're bringing them out. And they're identical twins, even though it's one day after what I'm talking about, because I said September 3rd and 4th, but not September 5th. And this dude, he jumped the Bed Bath & Beyond guy, BBB equals 222.
Ash is going to join us to discuss.
A top executive at Bed Bath & Beyond falling 18 floors to his death. 18
floors, you see that? 1/8 is Elvis' birthday. Bed Bath & Beyond, he jumps from his death, you see? 18 floors. Bed Bath & Beyond executive. The chief financial officer he was. Because they're having all kinds of problems, supposedly. And then you had this story about a bunch of something about 9/11 and sisters, and they're called the Bourne family. This is them grown up now. Look at that. And it's a midshipman. Midshipman. Heather Bourne. That's the name. Can you believe that? Bourne. Here's the other Bourne. Hannah Bourne. Something very, very strange here, if you know what I'm saying. And look, you got Jose the astronaut. Look at this. He went from the farm to being an astronaut. Wow, what an accomplishment. Unbelievable. Can you believe this, man? Jose the astronaut. I've seen everything
by
now.
the fact that they're naming its school after me.
Listening to him.
Look at this. What? Tell me this guy doesn't look like an astronaut. Now this is the epitome of an astronaut. Look at that. Look at that great shape he's in.
After me.
Listening to him speak, and the kids just saying, "There's a real astronaut here."
Here's another one. Donita Julius Dahmer. Same initials. Is another astronaut. Teacher became astronaut. I mean, school principal. You can't make this stuff up, folks.
In Ontario, Chino, Salinas, and Stockton areas, he applied to the NASA astronaut program but was rejected 11 times. Amazon Prime picked up his story. They will share his life in a new film called A Million Miles Away. And Marcy, I know you've done a feature with him. He said such an amazing guy.
Yeah, very inspiring.
So cool.
Yeah, we believe it. Yeah, over here on this channel, we believe everything the news says. There's nothing that they can say that we don't believe. We believe it all, folks. Everything.
Yep.
And look, today this story came out, and I'm not sure if this lawsuit was, I don't know when. Why is this story coming out? Because I remember talking about this a while back, about this lawsuit against Nirvana. The baby, see this baby? They're saying this is because he was naked, he wanted to sue, because they showed his, you know what, on the cover. And because he was naked, he wanted to sue Nirvana. Let's listen to what the guy's name is.
Its iconic album cover. If you recall, the cover of Nevermind shows a naked baby swimming in a pool. 31-year-old Spencer Eldon.
Spencer Eldon. I'm not sure exactly how it's spelled. Eldon. It could be E-L-D-O-N or E-L-D something N. But so you got the L, like Elvis, and he's in water. Water is Elvis, right? And it's Nirvana is in Seattle. Nirvana came out of Seattle. Do you get it? I mean, that's where grunge started, right? You can't make, I told you folks, this is just insanity, what you're seeing here. And look, it's a $1 bill. $1 bill is Washington on it. Do you see now? You see how it's Seattle, Washington? And I told you they're going to rebirth Elvis out of the sea. He's the beast out of the sea. And that's a $1 bill. Washington's on it. Do you get it? Seattle, Washington, right in front of your face. Here's a friend of the jogger. Let's look at his name.
She's teaches, and then she has 2 young boys that obviously we're worried about, and just a great lady, really just the best mom.
So here's Eliza, Elvis's Fletcher. Eliza, L. His name is Hart Robinson. Again with the son, man. Memphis teacher, missing Memphis teacher. Oh, man. Anyway, so, like I said, not one time did they show this guy's name. Let me show you his name, his real name. Since they're not going to tell you, I'm going to tell you. So they said his name is Cleota Abston. Now watch this. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm going to try and put it. See, his name is Cleota Abston. And I told you, if you take the letters A-B-S-T-O-N, you can make B-A-T, Bat Son, right? Now watch his real name. Henderson. It's got the sun in the name, man. Again with the sun. His name is, that's his real name, folks. I don't know if you can see it now. I made it smaller. Hold on. Yeah, I think you can see it. Henderson. You see how it never fails? Do I tell you? Not one time did they say it on the news, folks. Not even once. Not even one time. Not even one time did they mention his real name. Okay, now here's the story. Look at this. A float plane, which, pay attention. Remember I told you that Elvis is looking for, Elvis is trying to get his crown. And the 19 is the crown, you know, the corona, remember? And I told you it started in Seattle, the first patient. And the first trial also was in Seattle. The first person to get it was in Seattle, the sickness, the corona. Corona means crown. And it was called the 19 sickness, you know? And look, it's 1 killed, 9 missing. It just so happens they found 1 out of the 9, which is ridiculous. So a plane crashes into Seattle yesterday, folks. This is not today the news, but it happened yesterday on September 4th. And I told you some predictive programming would happen. Look at what you're saying, folks. A plane crashes in Seattle, in the Puget Sound, in the water. Remember, FAA is 611. So there's 10 people missing, but it's 19 the way they have it. And let me tell you something. They haven't even talked about it one time, folks. I mean, no, like really a lot of topic. Like, it's just like a 2-second thing they talk.
Seattle, a small plane going down in Puget Sound. At least 1 body has been recovered. Will Carr has the latest on the investigation.
Overnight Coast Guard crews combing the waters after a seaplane crashed out.
Look at this dude's name, Chief Clark, CC. Chief Clark, you see that? CC Rider, Elvis. Clark is Superman. The S is the 19th letter.
Aircraft accident in the water in Mutiny Bay.
Water equals Elvis. Number 3.
Witnesses saying the plane carrying 9 adults and 1 child descended quickly into the water. The de Havilland DHC-3 Otter, similar to this plane, flying from Friday Harbor, a popular tourist destination, to a Seattle suburb.
These are rugged airplanes, and they're very, very reliable. Even if the engine fails, they're over water, they can glide the airplane to a safe landing in the water. That didn't happen here, and that's going to be one of the main questions, is why.
Cruise.
Anyway, so just like I said, it's. Can't you see what's happening here, folks? Do you not see what I'm showing you? I mean, you can't make this stuff up, man.
Recovery effort.
You would think it would be breaking news. Like this one right here. It was not even 1 second long, this story. Look at this.
It has been recovered. 9 other people are still unaccounted for. Multiple agencies have responded to the scene. At this point this morning, no word on what caused that plane to go.
Look at this dude's name on his fired thing. Look at his name.
At this point, no word.
It says Greaves. Can you believe this? Greaves, like Superman was, you know, his name was Christopher Reeve, but it's not spelled right. But grieve is to, you know, like when people grieve. What is going on here, man? I just mentioned Superman and they got this Greaves right here. It sounds like Christopher Reeve. Keanu Reeves.
And we
Meghan and Harry were in the news. And you know, this creature's born on August 4th, Obama's birthday, the day Trump doesn't get his head wound. And that's the reason that Prince Fairy married this creature. And the mother of this creature is born in Ohio, where Trump's going to get his head wound. And she's born on, I mean, Meghan's born on August 4th, right? The day Trump gets his head wound. And also Markle equals Kraken. And Markle has the EL for God, and Mark, the EL Mark, Elvis Mark. Mark L. And look, you have Georgia flooding. Georgia's connected to Washington, get it? George Washington. And it's got heavy, I mean, they were saying it was emergency, declares emergency. And it's connected to water. Elvis equals water. Do you get it? This is all happening within the night, September 3rd and 4th. And look at this. The Weeknd cancels his show. Let's look. What's this about?
The concert lasted for about 10 minutes, and then this happened.
I want to personally come out and apologize to you guys. I don't know what just happened when I screamed, but I just lost my voice. This is killing me. I don't want to stop the show. But I can't give you the concert that I want to give you right now. I'm going to make sure everybody's good, get your money back, but I'll do a show real soon. You know this is crazy. I love you. Thank you so much.
You needed a specialist like.
Well, where was Dr. Sugarman?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? How quickly could he get there? You need a helicopter.
I bet he could.
My voice went out during the first song, and I'm devastated. Felt it go, and my heart dropped. My deepest apologies to my fans here. I promise I'll make it up to you with a new date.
So look at this. Did you see what was behind him? Look at that. Look at this.
I don't know what just happened.
The needle.
But I just lost my voice. This is killing me. I don't want to stop the show.
So he's a singer, like Elvis was a singer.
But I can't give you the concert that I want to give you right now.
Again, this happened on September 4th. He's right next to the needle, you see? And I've shown you how the Weeknd is connected to the head wound when he was wearing the bandages. I told you that the Weeknd equals head wound, and comeback equals bandages. You see? And he's born on 2/16, February 16th. And the 216th day of the year is August 4th. You see? And he was wearing bandages on his head because Trump's going to get his head wound on August 4th. He's born on 2/16, this guy, February 16th. 216th day of the year is August 4th. You understand? The Weeknd. The word the Weeknd equals head wound. And comeback equals bandages. And he was wearing bandages on his head. I've shown this, the connections. And that's why he was playing the stupid halftime show, and that thing came from the sky, like falling, like a fallen angel was coming out during his halftime show when he was wearing the stupid head wound and stuff. I told you folks, this is supernatural. If you can't understand it, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what this story is, but
The named corn ambassador for the state of South Dakota.
I hope you really have a corntastic day.
A corntastic day?
What? It's just a kind of a cone.
so if you don't know why they're showing that, I can't help you.
No. Corn? It's
now Tariq has been named corn ambassador for this.
Corn ambassador. Did you see? Ambassador has the ASS, and you see what it's the corn on the cob. Corn on the cob. If you know what they're implying here, folks, you understand? There's a hidden message there. And then listen to what this dude says.
He is so cute.
And by the way, this one is, you know, a little light in his loafers, if you know what I'm saying. This guy in the middle, watch.
He is adorable.
But no corn for me.
No?
No.
Really?
No, he doesn't want no corn. Yeah, I'm sure. He wants the cornholio. That's what he wants. This one.
No corn for me.
No?
No.
Really? I love corn.
How can... Why
I want the cornholio.
Not that.
He wants the cornholio. Anyway.
Suddenly dropped, injuring about a...
Oh my goodness, here it is. This is the big one, folks. Remember, I showed you the plane.
To viewers, the big...
I showed you the plane crash in Seattle. Okay, I showed you the plane crash in Seattle. Okay, I'm going to show you that one last. Look, they have something called the banana ball. Banana and ball. You just can't make this stuff up, man. The things these pigeon peckers come up with, man, is just too much. Banana ball. Something to do with baseball and entertainment. I don't know. Oh, here's another thing. This is just unreal. Okay, folks, I got to come back to this, okay? I'm going to skip those two because I'm going to show those two last. Oh, no, I got to show this two. I got to show that one last, too. Darn it. Okay, let's go with this one.
Battery, all of it caught on camera by innocent bystanders. That's a black Mercedes slamming into that silver Toyota SUV. Police say the SUV was being driven by a 56-year-old man who tries to get away. At one point, they get on the sidewalk. The Mercedes, though, slams into his car again. You see, it's not letting it go anywhere. A man jumps out of the Mercedes. You can hear bystanders shouting, "He's got a gun." There it is. Police say the victim initially reported $20,000 was stolen. You see the guy eventually run back into the car. It appears that he's holding a bag. Police say, though, there are inconsistencies in the amount of money that was reported stolen. A scary moment there. And
yeah, we believe it. Oh, this is the friend of the Memphis teacher that's missing. Look at this person's name. Murph Galbraith. Man, that's something you never want if you're a girl. Murph Galbraith. She got Murph Galbraith. I think it has something to do with I think she's got vaginosis, you know what I mean? Murph Galbraith, what in the hell? Speaking of vaginosis, whoa. Anyway, Serena Williams is also in the news, and I told you, Serena Williams, it's the last call. The GOAT is coming, Seattle. Do you understand? Seattle, Washington. Serena Williams, SW equals 42. Washington's the 42nd state. Seattle, Washington's initials. Elvis died at the age of 42. Very interesting looking creature. This Serena. And look at this. Look at this. 9 people died in water. You see what I'm saying? This just happened again. Yesterday or I don't know when exactly it happened. But again, connecting to water, 9 people died crossing the border. What is this? Look, and a special master was granted to Trump. And I told you that Elvis is the special master, and it was granted to him, you see? He got his wish. to get a special master. The Bed Bath
It
Beyond
has now
guy
been
again.
identified by police as Bed Bath & Beyond CFO Gustavo Arnal. NYPD says the 52-year-old was found unconscious outside the Jenga building around 12:30 p.m.
It happened in Manhattan, and it's the Jenga building. You know that Jenga is a game. It looks like the Jenga, the building. You should see it. Really weird. And he jumped from the 18th floor. Elvis was born on 1/8. And, wait, what did they say that
Identified by police as Bed Bath & Beyond CFO Gustavo.
Oh, it's got the bath connection because Elvis died in the bathroom. So there's another connection right there. Look at this dude. ICU equals 33. They're talking about playing video games to improve brain fog. Look at that. Same initials. James Jackson. It's got the son in the name and the same initials as a code. You see? I don't want to say anything about it. Anyway, let's go back to the most important ones here. So remember, earlier I showed that there was the Seattle plane incident, remember? Besides the Mississippi incidents, besides the Memphis incidents, I mean the Tennessee and the Memphis, Tennessee and the Tupelo, Mississippi, where Elvis was born and died. You see what I'm saying? I showed those two stories. And all the other stuff that I showed you. And then yesterday there was a 6.6 earthquake. Could somebody find out whether this happened today or yesterday? I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter. Guess how much the earthquake was? 6.6. And what does that equal? 66 equals the word twin. I told you, twin equals 66. You understand? And the date when Seattle gets struck, 6/11, 6 times 11 is 66. You see? And it was a 6.6 earthquake in China. Okay, now watch this. Look at this. Look at this headline. Look at this. Seattle has deadliest month in recent history. Look at this. This is today, folks. I recorded this. Oops, sorry. Seattle has deadliest month in recent history. I mean, this is just unbelievable, man. Anyway, so here's the last story. This happened yesterday, folks. Now, pay attention. And remember, I showed you that Seattle plane crash where 10 people supposedly are dead. The Seattle plane crash, that happened yesterday. And this happened yesterday too. Look at this. If you can't see what's coming, I don't know what to tell you, man. Look at this. Look at this, watch.
Warning to viewers, the video is graphic. A spinning tower at the top of the ride, look at this, suddenly dropped, injuring about a dozen riders. The traveling carnival has now been shut down into whether the operators had all of the required safety inspections and permits.
All right, the news has been cut.
So, first of all, you know what I think about that story. I'm not going to even tell you what I think of it. You should know what I think of it. But that is the Space Needle coming down.
Sure.
Don't you see it? Do you not see what's happening? It's the collapse of the Space Needle right in front of you, man.
Okay, Keir Simmons, thanks so much.
There were some terrifying moments at a carnival in India yesterday when a ride crashed 50 feet to the ground. A warning to viewers, the video is graphic. A spinning tower at the top of the ride, look at this, suddenly dropped, injuring about a dozen riders. The traveling carnival has...
Because you know what I think of the people, what it looked like. Did you see what the people look like on the ride? You see? It didn't even look like...
about a dozen riders.
I can't say what I...
The traveling carnival is now...
That's why they turn and they don't show you the rest. Why don't they show you the rest of the video?
injuring about a dozen riders. The traveling carnival has now been shut down into whether the operators had all of the
Anyway. All right, folks.
suddenly dropped.
This is it. The end of the video. See how it turns away and then says, oh, no, let me go back and video again. It's like, what? Look, they cut it. Do you see how they cut it? It cut right there.
Has now been shut
Watch how
down
they cut it. Right
into
there.
whether
They
the
cut it.
operator-
You see? They cut it right there. And then they show you people standing over there next to the ride. Anyway, folks, who in here, first of all, whoever got here late, watch the video from the beginning so that way you can see all the predictive programming. And before I end the video, let me tell you once again how I was predicting that something would happen on September 3rd and 4th, because it was 6 months, 11 days from the start of the Ukraine war, which was on February 24th. And that is why, because they're talking about all this nuclear stuff on September 3rd and 4th also, you know, with the nuclear power plant in Ukraine, they're just trying to tell you something big is coming to Seattle. And I told you it's on June 11th. And, oh, hold on, I want to make sure I don't lose that spot. So anyway, so September 11th, 6/11 is the day Seattle gets struck. And it was 6 months, 11 days from the start of the Ukraine war on February 24th. September 3rd and 4th, you know. And by the way, September 4th is 8 months and 4 days into the year. Okay? That's another reason why it's so important. It's 8 months, 4 days into the year, September 4th.
Injury.
So any last words, folks? Because I'm going to end the video. They're saying that nobody died. That's pretty interesting. If, you know. Watch how they cut it right now. See, they cut it. Then you see people moving, you see? Yeah, anyway, so like I said, if you believe in all these coincidences connecting to Elvis, the Memphis, Tennessee, the Tupelo, Mississippi, 2 plane stories, there was 2 of them. Plane story in the Tupelo, Mississippi, then you have the plane story in Seattle, and then you have this that looks like the Space Needle. Come on, man. No, I'm done. So, I'm going to end the video. You can watch it from the beginning. Like I said, any last words, say it now, because I'm going to end the video. And to the person, I would have saw it, because I always record these certain news things. But there was a person who told me about this before I even saw it, about this carnival ride. I'm glad they brought it to my attention. Anyway, folks, any last words? God bless all of you. Appreciate you guys being here. Anyway, what else? See, I'm trying to make sure I didn't forget nothing here. Hold on. I know I forgot something. Let's see here. I think I wrote it down, everything. Yeah, I think I did say everything. Yep, I did. Let me just real quick look at the chat one more time before I end it. Give me one more minute, folks. By the way, folks, people are saying it's my birthday the last few days because I tell everybody that I'm said that Keanu Reeves stole my identity, you know, because I told you that Keanu Reeves, he's born on September 2nd and he was born in Beirut, Lebanon, and I was born in Beirut, Lebanon. We were born in the same hospital. Neo took my identity. I'm Neo. Okay. Anyway. So he's born on September 2nd, so everyone thinks that I'm born on September 2nd. I'm just saying that we were born in the same hospital. But you never know, you could be right. I'm just not going to tell anybody when my birthday is. But there is a few people who do know. But most of the people in the chat, 99% do not know. You can guess. But anyway, folks, that's right. Like I said, Keanu Reeves and me were born in the same hospital. We probably had the same room too. It was probably room 33. Anyway, folks. Maybe me and Keanu were twins. You never know. Anyway, folks, I'm going to end the video now. Yeah, that's right. He was in room. I was in room 33. He was in room 42. Anyway. Because remember, folks, 33 is not a bad number. It's just the number they use to mock Jesus. Because Jesus was crucified at the age of 33 and he rose from the dead at 33. That's why they use it in all their unbelievable stories. Because they're mocking God. And that's the number of ascension, because Jesus rose from the dead. And that's why it's the highest degree in Freemasonry, the number 33. Anyway, I think that's it, folks. Take care. God bless all of you. I appreciate everyone in the chat. And I didn't really look at the chat. I only saw a few comments. But so if I miss your comments, I apologize, because I was trying to talk through the whole thing. I can't sit here and go back and look at everyone's comments. All right. Any last words? I'll give you guys 2 more minutes to end your conversations, or if you're talking to anybody. Oh, make sure you watch the video from the beginning. And I know the first like 5-10 minutes is boring, but later as I start showing the good news stories, it gets good. And let me tell you something. When I end the video, you are not going to be able to see the live stream chat. It doesn't show up for 12 hours later. And if you don't see the video, go through your notifications and click on from there to watch the video. Because I don't know if you're able to even see the video. Anyway, Yeah, that's right. And a third of the angels fell. That's right. %33 is 1/3, yeah. Which would leave 66.6. You know what I mean? 666 is left. Is there anything else, folks? I think we're done here. Like I said, I mean, this says it all right here. This thing coming down, it just says it all right in front of you.
Tower at the top of the ride, look at this, suddenly dropped, injuring about a dozen riders. The traveling car.
I mean, you gotta be kidding me.
Tower at the top of the.
All right, 30 seconds. I'm gonna end it. I'm counting down now, folks. As soon as this thing lands, I'm gonna end the video. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, folks. God bless all of you. End of video.